What's going on, lads and lasses? Welcome back to 100% Mags. So in today's video I'm going to be reviewing, of course, the Newcastle United takeover 6 months on. Of course, back on the 7th of October, 6 months ago, Newcastle United got the takeover of Were Dreams by Saudi's PIF and, of course, Amanda Staveley and the Reuben brothers coming in to take over from the very horrible dictator that was Mike Ashley at Newcastle United, who had been here for 14 years, hanging around the necks of the club, dragging we down on 2 occasions into a relegation down to the Championship, and of course taking the club absolutely nowhere as well. Then in come our saviours in PIF, Amanda Staveley and the Reuben brothers to take over the club after a massive 18 months wait, as of course so many factors were being talked about the takeover. There was human rights being brought into it, there was all sorts of different stuff being brought into it, but of course we eventually got the takeover after 18 months of waiting. We eventually got the takeover, and we now have owners that, can actually do something for the club moving forward, or willing to actually invest in the club moving forward as well. So 6 months on, we're going to have a look at the club and how we have progressed in them 6 months under these brand new owners. So first and foremost, of course, the performances on the field, you can see, have improved quite a bit, and that is down to the fact of, the brand new owners bringing in a manager who knows what he's doing in Eddie Howe, somebody that was talked about being the next England manager, and at this moment in time, because of the performance he's doing as well, is once again being talked about being the next England manager. That just shows how much he has done for Newcastle United as a manager, and what his team's done behind the scenes as well to improve the players that were at the club, also to bring in new faces as well, like Kieran Trippier, Bruno Gomes, just to name a few, along with Dan Burn and Chris Wood as well. So, of course, Eddie Howe took a club, that was in 19th place without a win all season. We're only 5 points away from safety. And of course, he came into the club. We are now 31 games played in this season, and out of them games since Eddie Howe came in, he has managed to pick up 8 wins for Newcastle, and of course we have 34 points. We are now in a position where we are only 6 points away from 9th place in the league, who is of course Leicester City. 5 clean sheets as well, not to mention, in there, and of course 4 wins on the trot at St James's Park as well. That just shows you, what can be done with a manager coming in who knows what he's doing, knows how to take the players that are already at the club and adapt them in a different way. We've seen it, with the likes of Joe Linton. He has profited immensely off of the appointment of Eddie Howe coming to Newcastle United. He's a completely different player now. He looks more revitalised. He looks more, up for playing in Newcastle United now. He doesn't look as downbeaten as he was under, of course, Steve Bruce when he was here as the manager. But, that isn't the only thing the owners have done since coming in. Of course, the owners have already made changes to the training ground inside the training ground. They haven't made structural changes yet to the training ground because, it does take planning, and that will come in due course down the line. I wasn't expecting, 6 months on now at this point for to have a brand new state-of-the-art training ground. It is going to take time. There was a lot of rot that needed to be addressed, and it has been addressed in some areas. The stadium, of course, immensely has been addressed. There's been loads of brand new improvements done to the inside of the concourses of the stadium. There's also been the horrible blue and red signs coming down that we all wanted to see gone from the stadium. Of course, there's been loads of other improvements as well that we don't get to see on a daily basis. Like I say, the training ground inside, there's been a whole host of state-of-the-art training equipment being put into the training ground because there was very little of that. There's also, been a lot of stuff done for not only the first team but also the women's team as well, with them being allowed to play their first game at St James's Park, which will be coming, of course, not that far away now, and they will be getting to play at St James's Park for the first time. That is something, we wouldn't have seen under the previous owner, at the club, if you want to call them that. This is just an absolute dream, to be honest. It's only 6 months on, and so much has already happened. So much has already been improved on what we were seeing in the past 14 years of the dictatorship that was Mike Ashley's reign over Newcastle United. And, long may it continue. That's all I'm going to say on that, because this is going to be an absolutely fantastic club in the next 10 to 15 years. We're going to be seeing Newcastle United going to a whole nother level, a level that we haven't seen any Premier League club go to, I don't believe, in my eyes. Manchester City is probably the closest any club's been to getting to that next level where, you're competing for a Champions League title every single season. You're winning FA Cups and League Cups every single season. And, something similar to what we're seeing with Pep Guardiola when he was at Barcelona. We've never quite seen a team do that in the Premier League. Man City, like I say, is probably the closest that anybody's ever come to doing it. And that is down to pretty much the fact that Pep Guardiola is the Manchester City manager. But it's going to be a fantastic future for us Newcastle United fans. 6 months on, like I say, from the takeover being puffed through, and we've already seen so many improvements, and there's a lot more to come on that one. If you liked the video, let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. Till next time, I'll see you all later, and however lads.